Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me for a new Bible journaling entry. I'm going to be using my NIV journaling Bible from Zondervan. I'm just giving you guys a look at the outer cover here along with the spine. It has the standard 2 or 2.5-inch margins in it. And today I'm going to be talking about journaling the attributes of God. I'm going to give you a quick flip through to show you my most recent entries. This one is talking about His eternity. It was an entry I did in Exodus. And I basically just took those Faber-Castell Pitt Big Brush pens and put some color down on the page, some stickers over it, and then did some journaling. So something really simple. I ended up working with A.W. Tozer's book of the 18 Attributes of God. I will list it in the description below, the exact title. And that was, pretty cool to work from. It's a lot of great information. This is the most recent one that I did, talking about God's omnipresence, how He's everywhere. So you can see I just put a wash of paint down in the several shades of the same color, and then I put some tile stickers and some of those homespun alpha stickers over it, and then put my journaling on the bottom. I really like how it's just in the top corner of the page, so I have more room to journal there if I want. And I also love the look of all of the white space on the page. Here's another one where I just wanted to play with some different colors of paint, and I stamped over it with some white ink and then did my journaling. So pretty simple. These entries take no more than 15 minutes. This one even less because it's just stickers. And then this one in John was even less. It's just a 3x4 card with some washi tape sticking it down, creating a flap, and then I have stickers and journaling under there. This is another entry that I did, and the one I'm going to do today is up at the top right corner. These are both in Psalm 86. The one in the bottom left is talking about God's goodness, and today I'm going to be talking about God's graciousness. I'm keeping in mind the color scheme on the bottom there on the top left. I was going for like a vintage Moonrise Kingdom feel, but yeah, I don't know. So I'm using this notebook. It has all of my notes in it. I've already done the Bible study portion of this, and I think this is just a notebook from Lifeway. It was a gift, actually. So these are where all of my notes are. I'm basically going to be copying my journaling out of this notebook. So I'm going to get my Bible mat underneath the page to protect it, and I'm going to pull out my very fancy paint storage container. It's simply a cardboard box, probably from Costco or something, and I have all of my cheap acrylic paints in here. All of my acrylic paints in here, rather, because I have none that are more than $2 a bottle. This one actually may be one of the more expensive ones. It's a Martha Stewart Satin Craft paint, and I'm not going to use it because I found on the pages it kind of separates. I don't know if it's just my tube because it's so old, but I don't love it. It is also a satin finish, so it's shiny when it dries instead of matte like the other ones, and I don't love it, so I'm not going to use it. But I will use are these Anita's acrylics. They're from Hobby Lobby. They are about 77 cents a tube, and I'm just going to pick a bunch of different shades of the same color, so some fuchsia and pinks and a magenta or something like that. So I'm also going to be using the scraping technique with the credit card or gift card or whatever you have on hand, because I really only want to spend about 10 or 15 minutes on this. I think what I'm also going to use is pull out this gold. I'm also going to pull out this gold straw color, and I think instead of going all pink, I'm going to go in this direction. Instead of having everything planned out for you guys today like I normally do, I kind of just went with it. And if my hands don't match up with what I'm talking about, that's because I filmed this and did a bunch of talking and then ended up doing a voiceover. So I'm showing you here which verse I'm going to use. It's Psalm 86, verse 15. But you, Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness. Wow. So what kind of got me on this kick of studying God's attributes was I really just wanted to get to know him better and know his personality, and this was my way of doing it. What I'm going to do quickly here is take this darker color of the three, and it's a fuchsia color, and I'm going to put it along the outer edges of the page. And I'm getting paint all over myself here already. And that prompts me to go ahead and get a piece of scrap paper because I'm going to need something to scrape the excess paint onto. So I'm going to put the darker color along the outer edges in a triangle, so in 3 spots, and I've learned to do that to put the darker colors around the edges and then work your way in with the lighter colors so that I can actually see what I'm writing once I write it on top of the paint. Now, I'm putting the pink at the bottom there to indicate that's where this entry is going to stop, so there won't be much happening underneath it. Next, I'm going to use this gold or straw color. I want to put it around the pink, and I want to be careful that they're not touching each other because I don't want to get an orange color. Another thing to note when you're using this technique is you're not going to get the color that's in the bottle because you're scraping such a small amount of paint onto the page. So I wasn't exactly loving the color that I ended up getting. It was a little more vibrant than I was hoping for. So I'm going to pull out a different pink here, or so I thought. It's actually the exact same color as the first one I put down. The bottles looked a little different, but it's the same SKU and the same color. So I'm going to add a lighter pink to that to kind of make a different shade. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and put the lightest color, this ballerina pink, in the middle there and kind of fill it in. And I do want to leave a little bit of white space. So this verse, "But you, Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness." Unfortunately, I think this is so opposite of how people today view God. I think some of them think he's sitting with his arms crossed up in heaven looking down at his creation, just totally disappointed, impersonal, the God of fire and lightning and, just waiting to strike us down. And it tells us right here in Psalm that that's absolutely not the case. He's slow to anger and is abounding in love and faithfulness. And that's something certainly that I want to dwell on. So now that the painting is done, I'm going to pull out some stickers, and I'm showing you this book of washi tape that I have. It's from Crepe Paper. It's from the Maggie Holmes Bloom collection, and it actually matches this color scheme pretty well. So I will end up using a couple of pieces from that. I also have this washi tape pack from Me and My Big Ideas, and I'm going to use some rolls from this also. If you're interested in this, it's in the planner section at Michael's. I'm not a planner girl at all, but I love some washi. So now the paint is pretty much dry, I'm going to go ahead and go through the stickers and figure out what I want to use. So I go ahead and pull out the neutrals, as always, black and white, and then a couple of pinks. But I decided instead of using the homespun alphas, I'm going to use the typeset or the typed alpha font and then the big and bold alphabet in black. And then I'm going to use my Bible mat here to help me get these down. So what I like to do is spell out the word, and I put the bottom half of the sticker onto the mat, leaving the top half of the sticker kind of hanging off the edge. And I'm just alternating colors here. And now the word does not fit directly across the page, so I am going to have to split it up. And then you'll also notice here with the black alphabet, I don't have another letter O. So what I'm going to do is just take the Q and then cut the tail off of it, and I have an O. I doubt I'm going to use the Q for anything, so, and once I cut it off, I can barely tell that it was a Q to begin with. So next what I'm going to do is figure out where I want to put these stickers, and I simply just hold on to the top half of the sticker that's hanging off the edge, and then I gently pull the mat away from me, so then it puts the entire sticker on the page exactly where I want it. It's very, very helpful and quick method of getting these stickers down. Next I'm going to pull out some of this washi tape, and I love the black with the white squiggles on it, but it's a little thicker than I want, so I'm going to go ahead and tear it in half, and I will use the other part on the bottom of the page. I'm just going to layer that up over the paint at the top. Next, I'm taking the 0.25mm pen, and I'm outlining each one of the letters just to make them stand out a little bit. Now, I don't know if you can see, but I did drag the pen over two of the white letters, so I'm taking some white acrylic paint and I'm just going over that, and then you can't see it at all. Next, I'm going to go ahead and start my journaling. I do want to add some more washi to the bottom, but I want to make sure I have enough room to write first. So what I've been doing is taking the 0.65 illustrated faith pen and I've been drawing like wonky lines to journal on. And then I take the 0.25 pen, and that's what I'm actually using to get my journaling done. And this simply says, God enjoys giving great gifts to those who love him, even when they don't deserve it. Grace is that inclination. Jesus Christ is the channel through which his grace moves. Just a few sentences about this attribute, And I love doing these. It's just a quick journaling entry, no more than 15 minutes. And not only do you get to know God better by studying these, I've fallen in love again with Him. I feel empowered knowing that my God is for me, and this is how powerful He is, this is how big He is, and no one can stand up against Him. It's also something that I can pray back to Him, and it's a form of worship. So unfortunately, my camera memory ran out and we missed some stuff. So what I did was took that black washi tape down to the bottom and used another strip of the Maggie Holmes washi, the white with black polka dots, and then I added that yellow washi heart on the bottom, just layered it over the tape. And that's it. Here's a look at the final page along with a couple of close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love sharing these with you. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment below. I'll see you next week.